Welcome to the Clara Monroe Series by Mara Blackwood. You're listening to Echoes of the Past, Chapter 8, After the Leaving. Clara does not dream, she reconstructs. There is a difference. Dreams are disorder. Reconstruction is control. She lies awake and places Caleb in the hallway again. Suitcase by the door, their mother in the kitchen, crying into a dish towel she would later pretend had only been damp from washing plates. Her father standing rigid, jaw set, saying nothing. Caleb at her bedroom door. You'll be fine. She had believed him, because he always sounded certain. But memory does not stop there. It moves forward. A week later, a phone call. Late, her father answering, not speaking for a long time, then saying only, I see. After that, silence in the house thick enough to feel physical. Clara turns onto her side. There had been a hospital. She knows there had been, but the details blur. Accident, someone said. Car accident. Caleb had been 22. That part is fixed. 22. She sits up. 22. The same age he was when he left the yearbook photo. The same age he would have been when... She stops the thought before it finishes. At the precinct, she requests the original death certificate. Halpern doesn't argue this time. He just watches her. You think he didn't die, he says quietly. I think I don't remember correctly, she replies. That's not the same thing. No, but it is close enough. Records pulls the archived file by noon. Caleb Monroe, date of death, October 14th. Cause, vehicular collision. Location, rural highway outside city limits. Next of kin notified, parents. Clara reads it without expression. Body identified by? She asks. Halpern scans the line. Father. Not mother? No. Clara nods once. Was there a viewing? She asks. Halpern checks. Closed casket. Of course. Autopsy? She asks. Yes. Severe cranial trauma. Extensive facial damage. Clara's jaw tightens almost imperceptibly. Facial damage. Memory shifts again. She remembers not being allowed to see him. She remembers being told it was better that way. She remembers believing that. You want the full autopsy file? Halpern asks. Yes. And Clara, he adds carefully, if this is real. It's real, she says. He doesn't finish the sentence. Digital finishes deeper enhancement on the hooded man's face. They isolate bone structure markers. Run probability overlays. 3 partial matches appear in the system. None are Caleb Monroe. 2 are dead. 1 incarcerated. None fit. Halpern exhales. That's something, he says. Clara doesn't respond. Because partial matches don't mean absence. They mean obscurity. Evelyn's phone yields one more recovered note. Saved in drafts. Never sent. Clara reads it alone in her office. He said he waited for me to remember the way it really happened. He said we were both wrong about the ending. He said Clara would understand when she saw it. Clara's hand tightens around the phone. He said Clara would understand. Not you. Clara. Third person. Distance. Intimacy at once. She stands abruptly and leaves her office. Halpern looks up as she approaches. We need to talk to Daniel again, she says. Daniel Ward sits in interview 2 once more. He looks thinner, less composed. Daniel, Clara says, did your wife ever mention my name? His confusion is immediate. No, he says. Think carefully. He frowns. No. Did she ever talk about someone contacting her about childhood events? Clara asks. She said someone was sending messages, he admits. But she wouldn't show me. Did she say who? Clara presses. Daniel shakes his head. She just said he kept telling her she remembered wrong. Clara feels the air shift slightly. Remembered what? She asks. Daniel's voice drops. An accident. Silence. Halpern watches Clara carefully now. What accident? She asks. Daniel swallows. She said her brother didn't die the way everyone thought. Clara doesn't move. She said she was there, Daniel continues, but that she didn't remember it right, that someone told her a different version for so long she started believing it. Clara's pulse remains steady, but something fractures beneath it. Was she in the car? Clara asks. Daniel nods slowly. She said she was supposed to be. The room narrows. Supposed to be, Clara repeats. Daniel's voice trembles. She said she was supposed to go with him that night, but she didn't. Clara stares at the table. Her memory shifts again. There had been an argument that night. She remembers that now. Raised voices. Her father furious. Caleb silent. Clara had stayed in her room. She had not gone anywhere. She had not been in any car. She is certain of that. And yet, Daniel watches her carefully. She said she thought she'd saved herself, he continues. But maybe she hadn't. Clara stands abruptly. The movement is controlled, measured, but sudden enough that Halpern straightens. We're done, she says. Outside the interview room, Halpern grabs her arm lightly. Clara? She pulls free, not violently, just enough. You were never in a car accident, he says quietly. No. You're sure? Yes. But the word takes a fraction longer than usual. Halpern studies her face. You want to tell me what's happening? He asks. She looks at him. And for a second, something nearly surfaces. But control wins. Someone is trying to destabilize the case, she says evenly, by destabilizing me. That's not what this looks like, Halpern replies. It is what it is, she says. He doesn't believe her. She knows that. That night, she returns home and does something she has not done in years. She opens the box in the back of her closet labeled simply, October. Inside are newspaper clippings. One headline, Local man killed in highway crash. No photo of Caleb, just a grainy image of a wrecked vehicle. She reads the article carefully. Single vehicle. Driver lost control. No other passengers listed. Driver. Only driver. She folds the paper back. Her phone buzzes. Unknown number. She opens it. A single image. A rural highway at night. Taken from inside a car. The dashboard faintly visible. Passenger seat empty. Text beneath, you weren't in the car. Clara's breath stays even. Another message follows. That's the problem. She sets the phone down slowly, walks to the window, looks out at the street below. Empty, still, quiet house. She closes her eyes and reconstructs the night again. Argument, door slam, car engine. Her father yelling something she couldn't make out. Then, she sees something new, a second set of headlights. Following. Memory is not returning cleanly. It is flickering. She opens her eyes. Her reflection in the glass looks steady, unremarkable. But beneath it, something is breaking alignment. If Caleb died alone, why does her memory insist there was another car? And if there was another car, who was driving it? Her phone buzzes once more. Final message for the night. You're closer. Clara doesn't respond. She stands in the dark apartment and listens to the radiator tick. Control is something she maintains. But now, control requires effort. And somewhere beyond the quiet, someone is measuring how long it takes for her to remember the rest. That concludes Chapter 8 of Echoes of the Past. The story continues in the next installment. Until then, listen closely. Some details matter more than they first appear.